Italian Greyhounds are Velcro dogs, right? Today we're gonna talk about 5 Italian Greyhound myths that you have heard for sure. Let's talk about it. Number 1, are Italian Greyhound Velcro dogs? I would say they're definitely more attached to people than other breeds of dogs, as I can tell that Poppy will always choose to come wherever we are. She would try to make physical contact a lot, but I also don't think it's as crazy as people say, because she can still be alone. She can also sleep in her own bed if she wants to. She can be in another room and not go crazy, and she does not run behind me every day all day long. So I guess if you consider being a Velcro dog as in 24/7 being in touch and super scared of being alone, no, that is definitely not the case. Second myth: Iggy legs break easily and they are very fragile. I do think they have very skinny legs, and there's definitely a bit more attention to be put on them when they run around and when they jump. But as with humans, I do think when they get exercise and you actually allow them to run and they build muscles, they're not as fragile as they look. Like, I know compared to other dogs, they look really, really fragile. And I'm sure, again, it's probably not the same for every single Iggy, but when is it ever? So I do think maybe you need to take a bit better care, especially when they jump around a lot, because they do jump a lot. But it's also not like they just break their bones every day. They might be prone to breaking legs more frequently than other dogs, but you don't have to be worried that as soon as you get an Iggy, the leg will just break. 3. Iggies are so hard to train. They are stubborn, yes, but so are other breeds like wiener dogs, as I heard. I would say Iggies are not that hard to train. At least you just have to put the effort in. And I think it's as with every single other breed. You just really need to be consistent, and Iggies are no exception. So maybe they try to trick you a bit quicker than other breeds. Like, she learns very quickly, but she also really knows when she can avoid doing a trick or what to do to avoid certain things, but you can train them. Oh wow, talking about training, and she wakes up. In combination with the impossible or hard to train, I received the question a lot. It's not possible to potty train them. That is not true. Like, I have no comparison, of course, because this is my first dog, but Poppy is potty trained. And yes, it took us a while, but we got there. And I think, again, it's just a matter of consistency and just sticking to the training. Shaking. Hi, Mrs. Bean. Did you wake up from your slumber? Hi. Hi, Mrs. Bean. Hi. I was just saying that you're not a Velcro dog. I was saying you are not a Velcro dog. And here we are. Look at this. She likes the scratchies. Poppy is fully potty trained. It took us a bit. We got her as a baby in winter. And it was generally hard because she doesn't like the cold and she doesn't like to be outside in the cold. Fact is, it's been 2 years and a few months and she is fully potty trained. We don't get up in the night. There has not been an incident in the house in forever. Oh my God, knock on wood. That's definitely a myth that is not true. I don't know why people would think that you cannot potty train them. I don't know what the difference is between Iggies and other dogs when it comes to potty. I have no idea. She's making the bed. So lovely. Anyway, so no, this is definitely not true. You can potty train your Iggy. Follow the same strategy that you would apply to any other dog breed, and then just stay consistent, and then that's it. I think often people just get in their head and say, oh, I read that they're hard to potty train, and then they make it that they're hard to potty train. 5, they're easily scared and they're scared of everything and super timid. I think this is again one of the user errors, that you make your dog anxious even though your dog is not anxious. I think breeders have a lot of responsibility already when the dogs are puppies to properly show them noises and different surroundings, just so the dogs know that there's no danger coming of these things. And I must say, with Poppy, we did not have any issues that she is scared of big things or loud noises, which I think is mostly because our breeder, as puppies already, put like a lot of like vacuum cleaners next to them or hair dryers, and they went out shopping with them in a cart. So I think early on she was used to a lot of noises. I have talked about it in another video already, but I also transported her a lot in public transport when she was a baby, which definitely helped. And Poppy is not scared of things. And I also think it's important as a dog owner to not be scared of things or to not make your dog scared of things, because I have met other Iggies where the owners immediately, as soon as they see me, they take their Iggy up, or as soon as they meet other dogs, they take the Iggy and put them in their arms and just say, yeah, she is scared. But like, is she though? I don't know. I mean, I'm not a dog master, so bear with me if you're a trainer and you have a different opinion. Of course, I'm sorry, this is just my experience. And I have noted that the less scared I am, the less scared my dog is. And of course, safety for Poppy always comes first. Like, I would never intentionally put her in danger. And if I see her being a bit timid or scared, of course, we're gonna, go slow or check better. But I would say the myth that Iggies are timid and scared of everything is just not true. Because I think that we tend to project this on them because they're so small and fragile, that we often forget that they don't know that. They don't know that they're small and fragile. It's a dog. So I think that if these are reasons that you were contemplating of not getting an Iggy, these should not hold you back. It's all a matter of how you raise them, how you train them. A lot of the training is actually much, much easier because they love the attention and they love being praised and everything. So yeah, it's also a great size to bring anywhere. And here's one extra myth, number 6, that Iggies cannot be put off leash because they just run away. Oh my god, no. I let Poppy off leash all the time. Again, this is something I started very early on. And it's again one of those things that it does not have anything to do with the breed. It's just something that if you let your dog off leash and you did not properly recall train before, then of course the dog won't come back, or at least it will take its time to come back. And I will not say that Poppy is like very well trained when it comes to recall. There's still like, I would say, an 8 out of 10 that she comes back immediately. I think understanding a dog, especially an Iggy, that is so attached to its human, is to know that they won't run away because they want to be with you. And as soon as you chase the dog will run away because it's a game for the dog. This is something of the very first things that I learned when I had like a private dog trainer. Just let the dog chase you, for example, because that's also a game. And if you run away from your dog will actually chase you. Again, don't take my word and just do what I say. Please, please ask a trainer. This is just my experience and how I did it. So yeah, I hope this helped you. In case you were wondering and you had one of those questions, I hope this helped you. And now you know a bit more about Iggy myths. Yay! Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you learned something, and have a good day. Bye! Puppy! That's great for the video, huh? Great recall. Come, puppy! There we go. There we go! What a good girl! Yeah, chew it off. Yum, yum, yum.